1, 2, 3. Welcome to the mess
Mess
hall.
hall.
We don't want to be here. No, I'm kidding. I do.
I want to be here.
Well, you didn't
this
sound,
guy
you
never
sighed.
wants. This guy never wants to be anywhere. I sighed because you sighed.
I sighed. I was taking a breath, and then you went. I'm happy to be here.
With Andrew Youngblood and Jamie Rowan.
That's her,
me.
and that's me. That's the
And
two of
him.
us. You know what's fun is I still got fake tits just sitting here.
I know. I was
should
looking
clean
at
those
that.
up. They're just a shadow of my former self.
I'm surprised they're still sitting here because I would have thought you would have, done, I don't know, something
no, I never
weird
come
with
into
them.
this room. No. Look, that's your drink from
You
4
never,
weeks ago.
You never come in this room?
I never come in this room ever, except
You
for this.
never come in this room.
Why would I come? What do you think? I'm having sex on the set of the mess hall?
I don't know. I feel like I would.
Ugh, gross.
If it's my house, like everywhere.
No, I'm not coming here. I'm not coming here. There's a couch ahead that you guys can't see, and like a little movie situation set up. Maybe come there, but not coming back here.
It's kind of sweet.
It would
It's like a
it would be
holy
insane
space. It's
to come
special
back
to you.
No,
It means so much to you.
hell yeah, it does. Pretty good, huh? Positive.
I can taste that.
No, you couldn't. What did it taste like? Chicken.
What are you eating? Soups? I
I
just
had
remember you talking about Uber eating different soups, and it made me laugh so hard.
I had a chicken lettuce wrap today
From where?
from some bullshit Mexican restaurant. It was trash. And then,
What?
Yeah, I know.
Lettuce wraps
It's
are
supposed to-
Asian.
I know. Well, it was supposed to be a fajita. It was supposed to be like a fajita without. It was trash. It was garbage. Don't
I
go.
have the best lettuce wraps, Thai lettuce wraps in the city. They're so flavorful and garlicky. Do you like garlic?
Yes. Who doesn't like
They're
garlic?
Flavorful and garlicky and delicious. They're
If
so
you have
good.
worms and you eat garlic, it'll cure it.
Nua Thai, by the way. No, I didn't know that.
Honestly, I don't know if that's true either. But it works with dogs, I think.
Like a tapeworm? Do humans get worms?
I think humans get worms. Ben, you ever have a worm?
I've had ringworm.
Oh yeah.
You have?
Yeah.
Did it make the little symbol on your skin? Like, doesn't it make a little like?
Yeah, it's like a little circle.
What
It's
is
gross.
ringworm exactly?
Super gross.
I've had a tick in my skin.
Gross, like a dog.
You can get Lyme disease from that. Well, you lived in Buffalo. You were in the woods drinking. You didn't get a tick in your
I
skin
didn't get
ever?
ticks because I'm not disgusting.
You were getting fucked up as like a 14-year-old whacking off to forest porn.
No one's whacking off to forest porn. I had a room with a. I was gonna say with a door, but I didn't even have a door. I had a
Yeah, it was
curtain.
like you told everyone on this podcast the story of your like, what was it? Your like trailer stolen porn jerk off that you tried to hide
porn
from your
No,
brother.
This was that one. Yes, but I wasn't jerking off in the woods.
You were?
It was a VHS. What do you think? I had like a VHS set up in the fucking treehouse?
I don't know. That'd be kind of
No,
adorable. You and your
no.
friends like, no girls allowed. You're just jerking it.
No, nope, that's not how that worked. You know what I found out is that a lot of friends jerked off together in like high school and stuff, and I never had that.
I don't understand.
Kinda
Men like to
disappointed.
get hard together. Like,
Well,
even
I didn't ever know about it.
no strip clubs though. Think about it. You're a strip club dude. Like,
I'm not a strip club dude. I've been to a strip club.
okay, but
And
I
also,
don't-
when we go to strip clubs with friends, it's not like, all right, boys, you want to go to the strip club and get hard? That's not what
you
we're doing.
can't control it though, right? Like, if you get hard, you get hard. If I
Listen,
understand anatomy
most of my
men,
friends are 40 plus. They can't control the fact that they can get hard. They can't get hard. They're not. We're not
understand-
sitting around getting hard.
I
We're just
understand what you're
having a
saying, but
drink.
even turned on, like, you can't visibly tell when I'm turned on.
Oh, I can smell.
But gross.
Gross.
But I don't want to feel horny with my girlfriends. It's weird.
Oh, come on.
I want to feel it in private or in my own space. Like, I just don't, like, I think that Thunder from Down Under shit like that is like funny.
Been to one of those shows. That
I
was
think it's
fun.
like funny to women though. I don't think
Yeah.
they're like,
You know, that's fucked up because you know what? You're saying I think it's fun. I think it's funny, right? First of all, I've been to one of those Thunder for Down Under shows, and I'm letting you know right now, there are women in there that don't think it's funny. They're having a good old time. They're fucking. They got a janitor going around and mopping up because there's just fucking floods all over the goddamn floor.
I guess
these dudes are hot, and they're
No.
lifting up women. They're fucking booming. They're doing like all sorts of shit. I'm letting you know right now, there are a lot of girls that are getting wet.
But it's
as
only
a fucking
one
slip
type
and
of
slide.
dude.
And then, so I think you're wrong. But you said it was funny. If I said, "Oh, I go to a strip club because it's funny watching these girls dance," that's the most fucked up shit ever. I'd be canceled. But you can go, "Oh, look at these retards wearing their K-Swiss, and everything's okay."
I've been to both. Okay. And I think I'm more turned on in a female strip club as a straight woman than I am.
Lesbian.
Cool.
Is it because you're around all the boners?
But here's the thing. There's only one type of dude in these Thunder from Down Under. You have to be into steroid, orange tans, very feminine thongs. Like, it is not what I think there needs to be a strip club for women like me where it's like a sinewy, skinny dude who's like,
oh yeah,
slightly effeminate.
Girls would love. They would pay top dollar to show up and see a guy with bad posture,
and he just tells me he's gonna be there for me when shit gets real.
It's just him like gaming on his computer, and he's like, "Babe, I'll be done in a second." But that's not gonna. No,
no, he wouldn't say that. He would be like, "I'm paying 100% attention to you," like. He would be reading me. Well, no, poem's a little too.
You need to order one of those cuddle friends or whatever. You know what I'm talking about? Those cuddle services.
A dog?
No. Well, that didn't end so well for you.
Oh my God. By the way, I actually did get to cuddle a dog today, and it's extremely dangerous. So I went to my first volunteer shift at Friends for Life.
Wow, you're volunteering for dogs?
Support them. Yeah. Except for my first shift, part of the shift was love on this dog that has lymphoma, and he needs a foster home. And I was like,
take him home.
I can't.
Why?
Because I promised my husband that I wouldn't bring any dogs home if I did this.
But what if they have cancer?
I know, right?
I don't think it counts.
I said this to him, and I batted my eyelashes, and he doesn't.
She
He's
get better
immune.
Eyelashes.
Everybody has the snuffleupagus shit now.
Yeah, it's kind of fun.
They used to be good. This is natural.
I think I like it. I think I like the old. I think I like a little ski slope. I can't talk today. What the hell is a ski slope?
We talked about this. You like a very. This is why you like strip clubs. Like you like a very.
You need to stop saying that I like strip clubs.
You like a very done up vibe.
I like a made up girl once in a while. I like a very well put together. I like a pretty girl. Yeah.
I'm not gonna say anything.
You're thinking I'm talking about anyone specific. I'm talking about in general. So don't be weird.
I don't like the male version of that. That doesn't turn me on. Like a dude that looks like he spends his entire life in the gym.
Maybe you shouldn't go to
has never
version.
cracked a book is not attractive to me. It's super unsexy and effeminate
You are just
to me.
assuming.
And also,
you're just assuming that they haven't cracked a book.
But I also don't like
They're not
the dynamic.
just a piece of meat.
I don't like the dynamic of being in charge. By the way, that is what they're there to do: is be a piece of meat, which is a dynamic.
Christ.
No, it is.
If I said this about a female strip club,
That's
the
what
fucking
a female.
world would blow
That's
up.
what the female
They're
strip
not
club is
pieces
too.
of meat, dude. They're people.
Am I? I mean, are we gonna not? I hate this shit in the world. What you're doing right now is the thing I hate the most about the world today. Pretending things aren't what they are.
Oh, jeez. What do you mean?
They can be whatever in their free time, but when they go to work, they're there to sell flesh. That is what their job is. Are we going to all sit here and act like shit is not what it is? Like 1 + 1 doesn't equal 2?
I disagree with you. I think some strip clubs, first of all, it depends on what strip clubs you go to. Yes, there are shitholes where it's like, boom, that's all it is. Get a lap dance.
Then
do it.
I've been to Spearmint Rhino, which is one of the nicest strip clubs in the country.
No, Spearmint Rhino is a chain, and it's the most generic bullshit in the whole world. Go to Jumbo's Clown Room or one of these where it's like burlesque and it's fucking
burlesque
cool.
is different.
Well, the tits are out. So what's the difference?
Burlesque is completely different because
you can still get lap dances at some of them.
It is an extremely complex like art to learn to have the flexibility,
what
the
about
dance.
what about
like
in Portland? They have a lot of karaoke strip clubs.
I'm sorry, but go to like whatever. Go to Chicas Locas in Houston and tell me that that's the same thing as watching Dita Von Teese perform. It isn't. I'm
First of all,
sorry.
Chicos Locos is Hooters. That's Mexican Hooters. That's not the same. You're not even in strip clubs at this point.
So now you're judging them. I'm just saying, like,
no,
it's
I'm not.
okay.
I'm not judging them.
I think the
I'm
issue
saying you're
is
comparing apples and oranges at this point.
selling meat, like it being a meat market, it being about the flesh, it being just solely about sex. Like you're acting like that's wrong. There's nothing wrong with that, right?
No, I'm not acting like it's wrong. I'm saying that a strip club is not necessarily just that. I go to strip clubs with friends and we literally just have drinks and hang out. None of us get lap dances 99% of the time. We literally just hang out and have drinks.
To watch, to look at the flesh. That is what it's about. Like you're not there to learn about Trixie or whatever the fuck. And she, by the way, made up that name because she doesn't want you to know who she really is.
Well, you'd be surprised.
She's there to sell one thing. And get money for that. And good for her, by the way.
I would argue that it's more complex than that. That's all I'm going to say.
I think that you want it to be deeper than that. And it isn't. I think most men go there specifically because they want to compartmentalize. Like, I don't have to worry about, like, all the other emotions that women have and all the other emotions that my male friends even have, all the shit that's going on at work. I'm here to turn that off and it just be about this physical thing.
That's not
and
it.
I don't think there's anything wrong with that.
Yeah, no, but I think you're just speaking from a place of ignorance.
Okay, fine. But
I'm just saying this is what men are and this is how they feel and this is what they're doing when they go to a strip club
even
and
at
this is
Thunder
that.
from Down Under.
But you are not a man.
Even at
so
Thunder
don't
from
tell
Down
me
Under.
how I feel.
Even at Thunder from Down Under are these things that are for women too. I think for the women that do like it, I don't get it, but I think it is about like, oh, he's hot. That's what this is about. They're not learning who Kevin is.
You know what I will say as someone who's been to both Thunder Down Under and a strip club. Women are way more aggressive than the men are. At a strip club, men will like sit back and they'll be like, a stripper will come up and be like, "Hey, honey, you want to talk?" And then they might talk, they might have a drink, blah, 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 go back and forth. But fucking, holy shit, the Thunder from Down Under, they're grabbing dicks and they're like, it's fucking crazy, dude.
I think there's a combination reason for that. I think women, it's such a rare thing. I think it's a divorce party, a bachelorette party. It's a rare once in a lifetime thing. And also the men can physically usually lift these women up or they're
and that's
more
what makes the inappropriate touching okay.
They're more aggressive. They get up. This is not a joke. There was this Mormon girl. She was a pastry chef at the restaurant that I used to work at. She was the most like Mormon, like virginal, sweet little quiet thing. She went to a bachelorette party in Las Vegas. Everybody knew she was like this super sweet little thing. And so they thought it was funny to buy her a lap dance at this show. I don't know if it was Thunder from Down Under or something similar. The dude came up and like she was like sitting in her chair like afraid. And this dude was just kind of like air humping her face. She woke up the next morning. Her eye was crusted shut. She went to the ER. A crab had burrowed in her eyelash.
That's wild.
And she got this woman was a like
this is someone you know
30-year-old virgin, a Mormon girl, a little pastry chef. Her friends thought it was hilarious. This guy assaulted her fucking face and she got a crab in her eyelashes.
And he got paid to do it.
I'm sure that he did, but I'm just saying, like, I think that it's a combination of the male dancers are more aggressive and the women rarely do this thing, and it's more of a show.
So they're like, oh, we rarely do it, so when we do it, we should really fucking grab these dudes. By the way, milk them.
You're talking about a certain kind of woman. Like, I just would never do it. I've never been. You've been.
I went to Thunder from Down Under because I was in Mobile, Alabama, doing a show. They have two different this place has 2 different venues. They're right next to each other. I'm at one venue, and the other venue is Thunder from Down Under. And so above the Thunder from Down Under venue, above it is 2 Airbnbs where they put everyone up in. So it was Thunder from Down Under on one side, and then me and Jenny Zagrino on the other side of the Airbnb. We hung out with the guys. We drank. So we did our show. Then we caught the end of the Thunder from Down Under.
I mean,
It's pretty fun. They were really nice guys.
the world is 50-50.
And they were also well traveled. They were like a lot of those Thunder from
They've
Down
been
Under
everywhere
people.
from Mobile to Birmingham.
No, they
and
were
everywhere.
they were
between.
here, but like some of them were like French. Some of them were they were fucking just they were hot dudes, but they were also like had substance, and they weren't just like hey, we got to work on our abs and fuck
I
these
just
women.
don't find that hot.
Yeah.
I don't find that body type hot. I think I'm rare. Like I was the girl growing up where every time I pointed out someone I was attracted to, there was never any competition because my friends were like, him? Like truly, my husband is the most generically handsome dude I've ever been with. I don't find it attractive. I feel like you're upset that I don't, but I don't.
I don't give a shit if you don't find abs attractive. You think I got abs?
And
Come
also-
on. Jamie, how hot am I?
50-50.
50-50?
Hold on, not you. 50% of the world is women, 50% of the world is men.
Is
I
that
think
right? There's got to be one. I think there's more women than men, but I could be wrong.
something like that. Men,
Ben, what do we got?
I'm looking it up.
I think men are more generally attracted to looks, and women are more attracted to a variety of different things in a person. And I think way more men have been to see naked women than women have to see something similar. I think, yeah.
Okay, it looks like there's more women than men.
Hell yeah. You're
there's-
saying there's a chance.
There's 101 females to every 100 males, so it's
Wow,
it's
it's pretty
close.
damn close.
By the way,
And that one extra female, oof.
I clearly feel
I don't know. I just felt like a 1950s fucking comedian or something.
everything you've been saying. I feel like you think that you're like progressive with this strip club stuff, but you're not.
I'm not saying I'm being progressive at all. I'm just saying don't tell me and my friends what we do at strip clubs and how we feel about it.
You just like, so by the way, even what you like in a woman, women feel, I feel like we feel the need more to keep up appearances physically and just outward stuff and not our internal things for men more than for ourselves. Like I literally go get Botox and stuff.
For your husband. Does your husband go, babe, you should probably go get some Botox?
It's for me too. Actually, one thing that I do, I was thinking about this week, and it's just for the way that I look outwardly, but it actually harms. So I get this thing. I don't want to get lip filler because I feel like it looks fake. So I get this thing called.
Also, it'd look weird on you because you have pretty thin lips.
Okay, I don't have thin lips.
Well, not like.
Close up on my lips.
I don't know if we have that ability today.
They are
limited.
They are not thin.
Okay, but they're not like, you don't got like smackers.
Well, you're used to seeing like the fucking snuffleupagus and the fake shit. So I get this
I'm
thing.
not used to seeing that.
I get this thing called the lip flip. Okay. So it's like Botox, but above your lips. So instead of anything fake in my lips, it just slightly like flips the lip up a little bit. So you have a little more plumpness. Well, the problem is.
Oh, so this isn't, you don't even have natural lip right now.
Well,
This is.
No, it's my lip.
But it's injected. It is
No,
flipped up.
My muscles
You
are
did
less.
something.
My muscles are less tight above my lip, right? So it naturally flips up a tiny bit. Tiny bit. It's like infinitesimal. But it's harder for me to cover my teeth when I give a blowjob. So like it looks, my lips look
Looks like
fuller,
you're about to bite your
but they're
your,
less
guy's dick off.
They look more like dick sucking lips, but they're less able to dick suck.
And I can't believe that your husband makes you get this done.
He forces me to. I'm like, no, I don't want to. No, he hates it because then it's like toothier. It causes, I have to like put forth more effort to cover my teeth. You know, it hurts.
You go like that. You go.
Yeah, I go like this.
Let's zoom in on that Oh God.
I cover my teeth.
Can you imagine Ben waking up next to that?
What as it?
Dude,
What
I gotta say, you gotta use that in your act. That's really funny.
am I supposed to like cheese grater with my fucking teeth?
pretty
I have
tough.
huge horse teeth. Am I supposed to be like? What are you talking about?
I don't know. They're just doing that.
What do
It's
you
weird.
think women do when you get a blowjob? I mean, you cover your.
Well, usually they take two of their fingers and they hold my little penis like that, and then it's like a cigarette smoke, like they're hitting a doob,
Like this,
and which is also what they call it. They're like, pass me that doob.
like they're sucking out of a straw.
They
My teeth are way too big. I need to cover those
I
bad
know.
boys.
Honestly, they scare me.
Yeah, do you know how much pressure? This is what I said. If I was going to kill you, I would immediately teeth to the jugular. That would be my move. I would use any attacker come after me. By the way, the 4 fucking Fortnite losers that commented
my
on
God.
the clip about
I knew
how
you were gonna bring that
how
up, loser.
how I'm an annoying
Well,
bitch.
you don't want men to be happy at strip
No.
clubs, on video games, or anything like that. I
I'm
tell
so-
one video game store, and you're like, I'm a dork. Like that
Can't
was
we
your whole
all
impression.
be happy? Can't you be happy playing Fortnite? And can't I be happy making fun of people who play Fortnite?
Yeah.
We all can be happy together. And actually,
you know what? You know what made those people happy online? Talking shit about your bitch ass.
actually, let me reach out to you, people.
Don't reach out
we
to them.
have
They're
so
jerking
much in
off.
common, okay? You are correct. I am a bitch. And we have that in common because so are you. If you get that worked up, buddy, you're also a bitch. We can be bitches together.
Two different types of bitches, though.
Yes.
You're a bitch. Like Jamie's a bitch, and they are like, yo, you a bitch. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but they are little
They're
bitches.
like a yes,
Because they can't
They're
take
little
a
bitches.
joke.
You're a bitch. They're little bitches.
I'd rather be
Slightly different.
a big
Same
ol'
word.
bitch
Isn't that fun?
than a little bitch.
The English language is amazing, isn't it?
What
It
about
is.
betch?
What the hell's a bet?
I'm kind of that
I don't
too.
know, but I use that for certain people.
It's like
You
a
say bet. Well, you don't know it, and you just say it.
Yeah, like a friend.
Oh,
like-
you mean like yes, bet?
yeah, like me and my betches are hanging out.
Oh God, Ben.
and it's
Ben, you a bitch. That is this. You know what's
I just
funny?
pictured a
This
bunch of-
this episode's getting silenced on all social media. We're not allowed to even use it. They're gonna be like, oh, you guys swear too much. Can't do it. Talked
Whatever.
about fucking strippers. I don't care.
I mean, I just pictured Ben right then with like a bunch of like
Yes, queen.
yeah, a bunch of girls
Yeah,
at
yeah.
brunch and they're all like in pink and stuff and Ben's just dressed how he dresses. He's just in
I
the
know.
middle, just like
Can people see how you're dressed real quick? Let's see.
Actually,
No.
today I'm wearing
See,
a
normally he
green
has a
shirt.
black hoodie on.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's usually some band you never heard of
I'm fucking
with a
normcore
skull
today.
on it or something, or like a fucking some weird math equation, and
But Ben's sweet. I feel like Ben, what would you do if the gas station dude approached you? You think you get aggressive? I can't picture you getting
oh,
aggressive.
well, you got to bring up some context here.
Yeah.
Ben's friend got into a fight at a gas station right by my house,
Yeah, a guy was talking shit to him.
and I whooped Ben's friend's ass, dude. I kicked his ass. I'm kidding. I have an electric car. I don't go to gas stations anymore, losers.
Just hanging out at the local gas station looking for fights. Yeah, I would talk some shit, but I would try to de-escalate. I'm a de-escalator.
Yeah, that's how it
Like,
should
I'm
be.
So
sarcastic.
you talk shit and de-escalate at the same time.
No, not talk shit. Let me
Finding a
rephrase.
hole here.
I would be sarcastic. I usually am with people, but at the same time, I would just try to de-escalate at the same time. So
Same.
Oh my God! Did I tell you about my road rage?
No, but
Did I
tell
do this
about
last
that and I'll tell-
episode?
there are so many fucking unhinged people. You're one of them. So tell about
I'm
it, and
not.
then I'll tell you what
Oh,
happened to
God,
me this week.
This motherfucker! You got no idea. I Karen'd completely.
In your fucking Tesla, you act like
Can we
you're
not
so
talk
cool.
about my car? Well, this motherfucker. All right, I'm driving home, middle of the day. First of all, my car drives itself most of the time,
Which is why
And
you're drunk.
So I'm on the highway, and this guy feels like he got cut off. I did not cut him off. First of all, Teslas don't cut people off. Whatever. I don't even have the switching lane kind. This guy was just an asshole. So he's laying on the horn behind me, right? And I'm like, what do you want me to do, man? Right? He comes around, he rolls down his window, and he throws something at my car. And I just got my car. and I lose it, and I follow his ass. He got so scared. Oh God, I saw his little fucking eyes in the rearview mirror. And he was like, and I was like fucking chasing through. We were like weaving through, and then finally he does a last minute exit. I hit the exit too. I'm fucking following this guy through a neighborhood. We're going around.
Describe this guy.
Well, hold on, we'll get there. We're going all through this neighborhood. He's scared like a little bitch, and then I'm like chasing him. He finally loses me, but I get a video of him. I get his fucking license plate, and then I go home and I call the police. Oh yeah, they
So
show
he was
up.
white.
They show up. I make a fucking a police report, and then they go, "What color was he?" They go, "Do you know what race he was?" I go, "Well, I saw the eyes, and I saw the hand." But I don't feel comfortable telling you what race he was because I wasn't sure. He could have been Hispanic. He could have been black. He wasn't white. But
Yes, he was.
He was not a whitey. He wasn't.
I don't believe that you would chase a non-white.
Wow, that's crazy. First of all,
You'd be
I'm
scared.
a fighter, dude. I grew up fighting. I grew up poor as hell, dude. I fought so many people. There are people that listen to this podcast who could attest to the fact that I have been in. I think I've probably been in 40 fistfights in my life.
That is so stupid.
Not bragging about
That
it.
is
I'm
the
just letting you
dumbest
know.
shit.
I was a kid.
I'm not a fighter, but not because I'll back down. Like when I got chased by those chicks that I talked about this in a different episode, I will get out of my car and I'll stand there. But I told her, I'm not laying a finger on you. So if it makes you feel good or big or proud of yourself to do something, go ahead. I can take a hit.
Oh yeah, I could hit you.
Yeah, go ahead.
I
won't hit you back because that's stupid as shit. Don't ever say that so excitedly. I'm in 40 fist fights.
I didn't say it like that. I was just, you're saying, you were like, oh, you're a scared pussy bitch.
I didn't say
and I'm not that. I'm just letting you know I grew up fighting. You know what, though? I don't fight anymore because I'm older now. And because the last fight I got in, it didn't end that well. And I got into a fight outside of a bar with this guy who I was standing up for a friend who, weirdly enough, it was
You could
ex-girlfriend.
go to jail now. Like it's.
Oh yeah.
It's
well,
not...
this is how the fight was. You want to hear it? It's a quick fight story,
Okay.
and I'll tell you why I don't fight anymore. This is my last fight I was in. This guy's on a double date with an ex-girlfriend of mine and some guy she's with, and then this girl that I don't know. And this guy is being a real piece of shit, and he's someone I know, right? I won't share who he is, but he's a real piece of shit. No one really likes the guy. He's an asshole. And he's being really mean to this girl he's on a double date with. And I happen just to be at the bar. And then my ex, I run into her. She starts talking to me. She's like, hey, how are you doing? I was like, oh, I've been good, blah, blah, blah. She's like, this guy's a real piece of shit. He's just being an asshole. And I was like, yeah, I've heard of that guy. He's kind of an asshole. And then I'm just sitting there on the patio having a drink. And then he's being like loudly mean to this girl, like shitting on her, whatever. And then he looks at me and he's like talking shit all of a sudden. And I was like, all right, I'm going to get out of here. And I start walking out. And then I run into the ex-girlfriend inside again. And she's like, this guy is such a dick. Can you say something to him? And I go, I don't really, whatever. So I'm leaving. And on the way out, he says one more thing to me. And I go, hey, man, you know that nobody likes you. Like, you're an asshole. Like, why are you being such an asshole to everybody? And then he's like, you want to go? And I go, okay. And then he jumps the thing. This is out at Boondocks, weirdly enough. He jumps the little railing.
It's not weird at all.
He jumps
I
the
was
railing.
totally imagining Boondocks the whole time.
I know.
He jumps the railing. He comes at me. I grab him and I fucking slam him down on the ground. And then I rubbed his face on the concrete, like rug burn, basically. Well, cement burn all over his face. And then we get broken up pretty quick. Short fight. I win the fight, but it was like 30 seconds. It wasn't very long. Here's the problem: when I slammed his ass down, I also slammed myself into the ground and I broke a rib. So I broke my own rib in this fight. This guy never even fucking hit me, but I fucking couldn't laugh for like 2 months. And I'm
Also,
a
you like
comedian.
own shit. Like
Yeah, well, this was a long time ago.
he could press chart. Like
This is probably pre-owning or at the very beginning. This would have been before the club opened.
Do you not have the view
And
of
also
like,
I don't know if you listened to the story. He's like, "You want to go?" I go, "Let's do it." He came after me, self-defense.
true, when you said what you were leaving and you said like, dude, nobody likes you, like that I get. I would say shit like that too. Here's the thing, but then the second part where he's like, you want to go, I would just, then they win if you say you do. I think they lose if you're like, dude, I don't give a shit about you.
Yeah,
Like
this guy really hated for a long time.
But like that shows you care. Hating somebody requires caring about them or thinking about them a lot. I'd rather just be like, dude, I don't
You know what? This
I don't give a shit. And by the way, she was manipulating you because like, and it shows you
no.
like she's a grown woman, I hope. So like she should have just left. Dude, if I'm in a situation for 2 seconds where I'm like, this dude's disrespecting me, bye. Like,
Well, she wasn't on a
that's
date
it.
with this guy. Her friend was, and this guy was he was an aggressive douche. And here's the deal: you are right. I shouldn't fight, and I don't fight anymore.
It's just
you know?
he's not
But
worth your time.
And you know what my logic in fighting always was? This is it. This is dumb, but and I know it's flawed. But growing up, I got picked on a bunch. You know, all my friends were smaller. They got picked on. We were just, we were theater and fucking musicians and dorks, right? And I was kind of a bigger dude, and we'd go to parties and someone would fuck with one of us or they'd fuck with one of my littler friends, and then I'd be like, "Fuck you, man! I'm here." And I would in my head, anytime I got into a fist fight and won, I was teaching that guy a lesson. And I know it's dumb, but I would do it in standing up for one of my friends, or I would do it in that kind of situation. Almost, I would say 90% of the time it was like that.
Yeah, it felt like you're protecting the underdog.
And I always felt like that, and I always thought I was teaching him a lesson. Did I? Probably not.
Well, also you have to think, at that age, I actually get it. But you have to think anybody behaving that way, like the way that dude was behaving on his date, he's clearly insecure as hell, and who knows what his home life or his life, it probably sucks. He has a shitty enough life to be anybody that aggressive and weird. So by the way, this makes me think of what happened this week. So whenever my husband is out of town for work, there's a place I go. I'm not going to mention it because I don't want any
You have a fight club?
I like to take myself on a little
Jamie
date.
was involved in a fight club. It's just a secret white bitch fight club.
No.
Except for it's like a Karen club. Instead of they just go and they just argue with each other loudly and
I just
complain.
don't care about people enough to argue.
I know. All right, let's hear your...
I just want my peace and privacy and so he is also my justification in my head is he's probably at some nice dinner for work. So
Or
why should I sit at
whores.
home? Sure. So I'm so why should I sit at home when I can go out and treat myself
And
to,
bang whores.
And I can bang whores. So
Hell
I
yeah.
go to
Clip it.
I always go to the same place where it's it's amazing food and service, but it's not super fancy. I always feel really safe. I want to just say specifically, I go to this place because I feel really safe. I like being up.
Cheesecake Factory.
I like being up at this bar. The bartenders know me. It's kind of
Is
dark
that a little Mexican
and,
restaurant that we went to one time?
No. Oh, but I like that place, but it's too much of a party vibe. I just want to put my headphones in and I put my headphones in. I listen to usually a Tim Dillon episode, laugh like a hyena alone to myself, and then have the same meal every time. I just love it. So I'm at this place I go, and I hear some kind of, I hear screaming, which is weird. This place is not super fancy, but it's also not it was
Shouldn't hear
weird.
Screaming, yeah.
So I hear screaming, a little a girl's scream, which I'm ugh, what the fuck? I take my headphones out and I see this guy at the front, clearly a homeless dude, just yelling, "I'm gonna kill you! I'm gonna fucking kill all of you!" Yelling. And they're everybody is having like a nice dinner and drinking, and you see like these very not aggressive like white dudes in blazers stand up, and like everybody just is confused. And by the time people realize what's going on, this dude is running out of the door and like running
Yeah.
across the street. But I feel like people are getting more and more unhinged. And this dude was yelling that he was going to kill everyone in the restaurant. And everybody just kind of like,
Yeah.
like stood there. But he had pushed the scream was from the little hostess girl who probably weighs like 90 pounds, 5 feet tall. He'd pushed this girl. I don't know if he'd like asked for food or something. But then I hear, this is to me something that I find so annoying. The whole problem I had earlier, like, are we not going to acknowledge that like 1 + 1 = 2? People try to make excuses for like shit now to show. I guess I feel like it's such a show. But I heard the waitress behind me be like, "Oh, I feel so bad for him. He's clearly homeless, and like, you know, maybe there's stuff going on in his life." And I'm just sitting there. She's saying this to 2 people sitting in a booth eating.
Yeah.
What the fuck is happening in the world that you can be like a nice, loving person and know that that behavior is not okay. Threatening to, screaming that you're going to kill everyone. Yes, are these people sitting in this restaurant enjoying their night way more privileged than you, and maybe he's been through some shit and what, but he was screaming violently that he was going to kill everyone, and he pushed a 90-pound woman against the wall.
It's funny when you were telling that story. As soon as you said he pushed the 90-pound woman, my instant reaction, I'm not done fighting. I wish I was. This is my instant reaction is because I was a bouncer at a bar for a long time. I would have tackled the guy. I would have instantly walked up behind him and like fucking bear hugged him. I would have like grabbed him.
We live in a world where the 20-year-old waitress can't even say that that's not okay.
Well, I think that's wrong.
Because he's unhoused. I don't give a flying fuck if he's unhoused. He just pushed a woman against the wall and is screaming that he's going to kill everyone. And by the way, the worst part of that whole thing was this young woman. I was like, why are you saying this to your table? Do you wonder that? You're saying it so everyone will hear you saying it. It is so fucking disgusting.
Did you tip her extra?
She wasn't my waitress, thank God. I had the bartenders that I love that were like, that's not okay. They're normal adults.
Yeah.
But I just feel like you can be like a sweet person who also says that whether someone's unhoused or not, that behavior is not okay. It was wild. And I feel like things are getting more and more unhinged. Like, just in a safe space that I feel like is my like safe little sanctuary anytime that my like protector person is gone. Like, I feel safe in this space.
Yeah.
And this dude, it was really fucking scary.
Yeah, that's nuts. I don't see those are the things I can't handle. I can sit by and see. This is how I'll die. 100% dumb I am.
He could have had a gun. Though.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying is I will die in a way like that. It's so dumb.
What are you accomplishing too by going after that dude?
Dying early?
They have a I don't think it's an actual cop, but they have like a security guard. Although that
they got a Paul Blart on a fucking skied thing, or
he's got a little
golf cart. There you go.
And I will say, when I was parking that night, I did notice, like, I was listening to Doja Cat in the car. I'm like dancing, and I was a little embarrassed because I saw him see me. I know, white girl dancing.
White girl Doja Cat, huh?
It's embarrassing. I get it.
Thing.
But then I look over, I see him see me as I'm getting out of the car dancing like a freak. And then he was like not worried at all about me. He was worried about me seeing him and smelling him specifically because he was just getting high as a kite in his little golf cart. I mean, the guy who came into the restaurant was like long gone by the time.
What race was he?
The guy who was screaming?
The smoking guy.
Oh, the cop, the rent-a-cop? He was not white. But
Damn,
the guy
racist. You're a racist.
But the unhoused dude screaming that he was going to kill everyone, white dude, of course.
Yeah. Well, how do you know he's unhoused? He just looked disheveled or what?
He was. Yeah,
Was he holding a cardboard sign, being like,
You could tell he wasn't like aggressive with a mantra like I'm kill the rich and like clean cut and had a gun. Honestly, if he had a weapon, I would less assume that he was unhoused. But he was so like disheveled and
Yeah.
literally like physically filthy.
Yeah.
And if he just came in and was like, "I'm really hungry, I want something to eat," I think everyone's reaction would be different. This is a violent person.
Yeah. Well,
yeah.
mental illness is hard.
My God, I hate you so much.
One time I was on a date years ago at a brown bag deli. It was a day date, afternoon lunch. Yeah. You don't go, I get it. You don't go on a date to brown bag deli. But we went to brown bag deli because we had been dating.
Okay.
And we were just meeting up for lunch. And while we were eating, this old man walked in. He was wearing khaki shorts. He was 80 billion years old. And he was, we had already gotten our sandwich and sat down. It was lunchtime, big long line. He's waiting in it. And then I just see a turd fall out of his shorts and run all the way down his legs. And he shit himself inside of it. And the whole place smelled so bad that we all had to leave.
He was elderly.
Not
which
quite
makes
the same story, but, pretty dramatic for us also.
It's a nasal assault, but he was elderly,
was.
which forgives so much. Like,
It shouldn't.
why not?
I mean, how old do you got to? All right, what do we need a scale here on like, okay, old people can get away with what? All right, let's say
Shitting their pants.
Your crazy uncle might say some crazy shit because he's, racist, and they go, it's a different time. My buddy Daniel has a great joke about this. He's like, oh, it's a different, don't say anything to them because, they're from a different time. No, they're still here. They're still here. So they still have to stay up with the times. They can't be angry about fucking every fucking thing because things are changing. Kill yourself then, old man. That's how I feel about
that's
it.
the
Like the
thing.
Shawshank way, like the world just got themselves up in a big hurry. And then fucking hang yourself, right? Fucking Tom was here, hang yourself from the ceiling and move on if you can't handle the fucking world.
But
now, yes, if you're shitting yourself and you're in a hospital, yes, that's different. I'm more complaining about the people that are like, these fucking millennials with their genders and their this and their that. And listen, I can get behind a lot. I can get behind shitting on Gen Z with the next of them, with everyone.
Shitting.
Huh? Oh yeah, look at that callback, kind
Hey.
of. Anyways, but the people that just can't get with the times because they're like, well, I was raised differently, and blacks and whites should have been separate. And you're like, what the fuck, dude?
I
You
don't
should
know.
kill
People
yourself.
talk about that all the time. Like, I don't meet those old people.
Well, that's because you don't talk to your parents.
That's true. My mom. Actually,
Your mom, I could tell
my
right now,
mom-
your mom's got some hate in her.
My mom is anti-Semitic. I'm not joking. Like, I'm like, you married my dad, who's a Jew, and your daughter is half a Jew. Literally, she met
Literally the size of half a Jew.
the
Get
coolest
it?
Jewish dude who was like, I was like, I'd love this guy to be my stepdad. It was just like, he was so warm. You know those like dad vibes some dudes give off? Like he just like
I think I
looked,
give off dad
he
vibes.
looked you in your eyes. He just was like, oh, you felt like a safe place. I just loved this guy. And we met him at this like, and he was so like, he was kind of bougie like my mom too. We met him at some like Upper East Side cafe, and they were like connecting on composers they liked. It was so douchey, but this guy was not douchey. He was amazing. And then they went on a little like day date on that trip. And then she came back and I was like, oh, like, how'd it go? What was it like? He's great. He seems so sweet. And she was like, yeah, but he's Jewish.
Hey, he's a Jew.
I was like, literally, my dad's Jewish.
yeah.
What?
Wouldn't be the first Jew that was inside of her.
I know, but apparently she got enough.
Maybe he's not one of the good ones.
No, I think she got enough coins from my dad.
Shekels.
She was like, yeah, there you
Yeah,
go.
yeah.
Look, you are a little Jewish.
A little bit. Mostly in the penis.
I don't know what that means.
I don't either. Sometimes I just say things. Ben, let's take a question. I think we got to wrap this baby up.
We are ready for a question. Okay. Found out I'm the other woman. Do I reach out to the girlfriend? ? I met this guy on a dating app. We hit it off quickly. He was very charming and attentive, something I wasn't used to. I made it clear I was looking for a relationship. I saw him every week. We talked every day, throughout the day and night. Spoiled me a lot. Cared about how I felt. Almost felt too good to be true at times.
Gross.
I just found out he has a girlfriend and has for 2 years. We were dating about 8 months till this. It shocks me that someone can really be deceitful and play a part for as long as he has. Would you reach out to the girlfriend and tell her? I know I would want to know if I were her. I just also hate confrontation and get bad anxiety. This whole thing has killed my self-esteem. Plus, a part of me feels like it's not my business.
Ooh.
This one's really complicated.
I kind of like this one.
What's wrong with men, first of all?
Well, what's wrong with everybody? We're all fucked. Everyone. There's so many fucked people in the whole world. We're all hurt people. But that's a dumb saying.
I will say, I said
what
what's
will
wrong
you
with
say?
men, but what's wrong with her too? Like, how do you not know?
Yeah. Well, also,
You didn't want to know.
I wonder if she confronted him.
8 months? You talk to
Confront
someone every
him
day? You don't know they have a
first.
girlfriend?
What if they're open? It's possible.
Well,
First of all, being on a dating app's pretty bold if you're in a relationship.
if they were open, he would have told her about
I've been on dating apps before where I was like out of a relationship, and then like people are like sending screenshots to ex-girlfriends like, look who's on a dating app. So I can't even imagine if I was in a relationship, you know.
I'll say this: if he's polyamorous, not putting that information on a dating app is like unethical. Like,
Yes.
you need that in your bio.
Especially, it sounds like she was
Well,
clear.
maybe
She
he
said, I want a
practices
serious...
unethical non-monogamous.
that ain't right.
Unethical non-monogamy. Maybe that's what he's into.
He practices lying. God, why can't we just accept people for who they are?
Was it ENM, ethical non-monogamous? Right, ENM, is that what they put on their profiles? I'm asking for a friend.
This is going to be the new thing people do. They're like, why can't you accept me for who I am? I'm a liar. Like, that's going to be the new, I identify as a lying asshole. And that's just who I am.
Yeah, you can't get mad about that. It's just how I was born.
I mean, also, but for real, how do you not know? Like, if I am very involved and I'm telling someone
They talk
I want
all day long. That's pretty wild. It does seem like you would have to ignore some real big signs here, right? You'd have to ignore some shit.
But her question was none of what we're talking about. Her
I know.
question
Well,
was...
let's do what we normally do. Shit on the person writing in for a while.
Sorry.
And then let's talk about how wrong they are, and then we'll talk about how shitty the other person is too. And then at the end, no one will feel good.
I'm shocked. I'm shocked you didn't know, but I'm sorry, girl, because I am. It terrifies me, the idea of ever being single again. I don't plan to be, but like
It'll happen.
You're such a dick.
It'll have to eventually. No offense. Listen, your husband's not going to leave you, but he will die before you.
Oh, well, that is true. We talk about this.
And then what happens?
And there
are you allowed to fuck afterwards?
I don't think I'll care at that point.
You think you'll be a dried up mummy?
Yeah. Honestly, I'm
be
already
like
halfway there.
That's true. You were
Look
pretty
at
close.
me. So
Fucking
here's the
doing
thing.
a podcast with a sarcophagus.
But for real, I'm sorry, girl.
I think that's the container.
That's
Sorry.
awful that happened to you. You're thinking of a mummy. That's just...
Yeah, sarcophagus is what the mummy's in.
Yes.
I called you the box that a mummy's in, so I don't know what that means. Yeah, whatever.
That's not that far
Sorry.
off. But yes, that's awful. It's terrible. I would probably tell the girl.
I think you do. But you know, this is. I think there's two ways to do it. One, I love the internet, so I'm not saying blast them on the internet, but I am saying, maybe somehow get this lady's phone number. You guys do a little trap together, text trap. That'll be fun. It'll make it into one of those like top 30 times people got cheated on and how funny they were. The revenge. I love those lists. But I think you go to him first and you go, hey, what the fuck's the deal with this? Give him a chance to say, hey, sorry, this is that. I mean, he's going to be wrong. I think you go, but then you go, hey, you have the opportunity to come clean before I do it for you. You don't think so? You don't think you go, you can come clean or I will first.
He was dishonest to her for 8 months. This is the thing. I would reach out to this girl and just be like,
maybe he has a twin and his twin is dating a girl and
I'd just be
I'm
like,
just saying, ask the guy what's up first. No.
they've been talking every day for 8 months.
Yes. How did? Can you remind me? How did he catch?
How did?
Did they say, or just says she just found out?
No, it just says I just found out. That's it.
I wonder how.
I wonder how to, but I think that I would offer to meet up with a girl because I have something to tell her, and she can choose if she wants to meet up with me or not. And then,
Ladies, could you imagine Jamie reaching out to you and being like, "Hey, would you like to have a cup of coffee?" And then sits down with you and is like, "Listen, I've been fucking your husband."
no, I would just be like, hey, I'm super bummed out about this, and I don't know if you're open or not, but I think that you deserve to know that this was going on. And if you think you're in a monogamous relationship like I did, and you're in like, that's not what you want, you deserve to know this, and like, let's us be friends, or like, I'm here if you want to talk. I get if you don't want to ever talk to me again, but I have nothing against you. I'm devastated mostly that I was doing that I was part of harming you.
What if they try to fight you?
I wouldn't. I'd sit there.
You'd get hit, and you wouldn't get back.
Yeah.
Wow, what a nice person.
I don't know
All
that
right,
that's
what about
nice.
this? What if they go, actually, Jamie, we are open, and then they slide their hand onto your inner thigh?
I'd be like, that's cool, but that's something that he should have told me, and that's really shitty.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah,
Still
I'm not
true.
like,
Still true.
you're trying to make it hot.
I wasn't trying to make it hot. Trust
it
me,
made
Jamie.
me
I don't
more-
find
even
anything about you hot.
Even as you were describing it, not only did I not find it hot, but I found it like my blood, like just like, so you're both in on hurting me then? You knew he was.
Dang.
I would, that would just fill me with rage.
And all they want to do is fill you with cum.
Too bad they missed out by not
Damn.
being honest right off the bat. If someone, I would be very flattered if it was opposite and they were both open in the beginning and they were like, hey, we're interested in you. I'd be like, still no, but ooh, thank you. That'd be so flattering. But if you play with my emotions for 8 months, you make me care about you.
Could you ever date a couple
No.
in a different world? Where
If I was single,
you
as
love your
the-
husband to death.
No.
right?
It's not about him
Okay,
at all.
no, but let's say he's here. Let's say you love your husband as much as you love your husband right now, but you're not married. Let's just say, right?
Okay.
So this is a hypothetical, crazy situation. Let's say your husband has a girlfriend that you also think's amazing,
I am way too call it insecure, call it not.
but they're both
not
like, we want you. We
open-minded.
both want you, and
I don't
they'll
want-
both gas you up all the time. So insecure would help you.
I don't want. I think women are beautiful. I love the naked
Well, you get
female
turned on by them
form
more than the men in strip clubs.
than Thunder from Down Under men.
Okay.
Yes, but and I
All
think
right,
they are
imagine she's like a girl
ladies-
who's with bad posture and is at a computer. And
ladies, you're beautiful. No. I like a hot chick. You're beautiful, ladies. I don't like. I don't want to be physical in that way. I would kiss a girl and have.
what if she goes, we just want to date you. I don't want to fuck you at all.
I was like, so that's my issue. I don't want to see the man I love with another woman.
Okay.
That
All
that just does not do it for me. I would
Boring.
be. Not only does it not do it for me, but it would make me furious. And maybe there's something. Maybe that's my fucked up social engineering, and it's not open minded, and it's not good. I'm not saying I'm proud that I'm that way, but that's how I am. And hell no,
Gotcha.
no.
All right, let's solve the problem for this person.
Would
Sorry.
you? So would you?
got
I
sidetracked.
said what I would say. Would you, if it was you and it was roles reversed, would you tell the dude? Same thing, straight couple, but roles reversed. You find out that this girl that you've been talking to for 8 months, that you have a emotional connection to.
No, okay. I know. I'm thinking about this. If I knew for sure, yes, I would reach out. If I knew for sure. But there has been experiences in my life where I was unsure. Like, I have been with people who said that they were open, but looking back, I go, were they open? Or was I just ignorant to the fact that they were being a hoe?
Do you
I have,
make it clear?
I have two situations in my life looking back where I go, I'm unsure if I was part of a open thing that all parties knew about, or if they were just saying they were open and it was a lie. And I still don't know. And I don't want to reach out.
We're literally taking this. It's funny how you took the question versus me. You took it as you want to be open, and I took it as I.
No. I'm not saying I want to be open.
Did you make it clear then?
No. Okay.
I want monogamy. I like you. Let's it just be you
no.
and me.
No.
That's what this girl did.
Yes. We are talking about. I guess we're talking about two different situations slightly. But I was trying to put myself in that position exactly. All right, you know what? I do have when I was maybe 20 years old, maybe 21, no 20. I dated a girl who I wanted to date, and we had been dating, and she was my girlfriend, and she was fucking like 3 other dudes, and then also dating a couple of them, and then I became friends with them, and called her out on it, and she had a pretty rough summer.
I mean, that's a situation that.
But you want to know how I found out? This is pretty brutal.
Because they were your friends?
No, they weren't my friends. I became friends with the guys after the fact. This is how I found out. Well, I can't. Okay, I'm just gonna fake a name so I can tell the story correctly. Right? Let's call her Julie. Julie is a good one, I think. So I was dating Julie, young and in love. Moved here for Julie to Texas.
So like love.
Well, yeah, kind of. Young love. And so having a good time. We're dating. I live at her mom's house even. We're living. This is really giving some things away here. But so we're seriously dating, right? And then I find out she's dating someone. This is how I find out she's cheating on me. So we go to a club called 1415, me and my buddy Brandon. That's the real name. And Brandon and this girl hitting it off. And he's like, you got to come with me. She's got a friend. You got to wingman me. And I'm like, he's like, we're going to go to an after party, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, okay. But the after party was just literally just Brandon and this girl hooking up. And then me and her friend sitting on a couch talking. And then her friend's like, so how are you? Blah, blah, blah. Are you dating anyone? I go, yeah, I'm seeing this girl named Julie, blah, blah, blah. And then she goes, Julie, huh? What's she look like? And I go, oh, like, blah, blah. And I describe her. And then she goes, wait, that's not the Julie that was here last night with my roommate Brandon. Weirdly enough, both named Brandon. But I go, no, there's no way. And she goes, she left her underwear here. And then she brought out her underwear. And it was underwear that I bought her.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
That is so intense.
That was the craziest.
Did you take the underwear?
No, but I called her out on it. It became a whole thing. And then I found out she was dating like 3 other people. And then I met them. I became close friends with 2 of the different people.
And none of them knew. None of them were like, we're open. We're cool.
Well, one of them was like, it was like a thing, I think, where like they maybe dated before, and then he was like, I don't really want to date you, but I'll hang out with you all the time. But I think he was like thinking that they were hanging out, or whatever. They weren't like official, but she was like my actual girlfriend at the time. And then, that's it.
If you're in a successful polyamorous relationship, please, I beg of you to call in and leave a voicemail.
Oh, I know a handful of people.
So we
could have a couple. I have a couple. We can have we should. We haven't had a guest in a
idea.
while. Let's bring in a
Yeah.
poly.
I've
Let's bring in some
known-
polycules.
But I have a theory really quick. So I'm curious specifically about Andrew Youngblood, not these other people. But I will say I've known several people who've been open to open relationships and tried doing the poly thing. And it has always resulted in strong feelings from at least one party where they then don't like being open.
My last major relationship met someone online. They're E&M or whatever, or poly, right? And they're like, hey, just so you know, I'm poly. I'm seeing somebody, but I'll go out on dates with you. And I was like, yeah, I'll go ahead. I'll give it a shot. I didn't care. 6 dates in, they go, I only want to see you, and I like you. And I go, okay, cool. And then we dated for years.
Okay.
That was my last major.
Do you think that because of this very impactful and clearly traumatic situation that you were in your young adulthood with one of your first like big loves, do you think that you feel like you are not enough and you have to I'm not trying to be
Okay,
cheesy,
let's
but
hear it,
like
let's hear it.
you feel now that you have to be okay with poly shit and shit because it doesn't
Oh, I don't care. No.
By the way, like I get it's cool and open-minded, but the truth is the average person is not polyamorous. I get that that's what's like cool now, but like the average person is not cool with that. Do you feel like you're trying to be cool
No.
with it?
No. This is how I feel about it, right?
Do you think you could be deeply and profoundly in love with someone and cool with them sucking someone else's cock?
Yeah, baby. I don't know. This is all right. Let me break this down. Let me go through a thought process for a
I
second.
think Julie made you feel like you have to put up with
No,
that.
I don't give a shit. That doesn't. First of all, there's plenty of people that would like to be monogamous. Well, that sounds just weird. Hold on. Let's restart that. Let me think. I am open to finding love in whatever capacity it comes through. I'm not saying I am I know exactly what love will look like for me. If I meet someone who is poly and they go, "Hey, I like you. I'd like to hang out with you more." I would be open to exploring that. And also I would go in being like, "Hey, this is kind of casual for me."
But if at any
And then it
point
changed.
it didn't feel good to you,
Yeah,
you're
it'd be
okay
I'd be, I'm
admitting
out.
that to
yeah,
yourself.
I'd be like, "Hey, I'm out. This isn't like." I'm pretty good about saying, "Hey, this hurts me now, and I don't want to do it."
Good. You deserve
I
to say
know
that if you
Yeah,
feel
yeah.
that.
No, if I don't like something, I'll get the fuck out.
Good.
I trust me. I'm like,
I'll hold you to that
I'm
as
very
your
much
friend.
so like I get out for reasons that are like
And you,
fucking
lady.
silly fucking reasons. I'm a psycho. I'm like Seinfeld. You know, he dates all these girls. He's like, well, she's a quiet. She got the whisper. She's a two-face. She's got all the different things. And I'm like, one thing I see, and then I'm like, I can't get it out of my head, and then I like ruin it for myself.
No, those little things though I think cover up like it's just not vibing when you're together, and so people
agree.
use those little excuses. Those things, because there are a bazillion things that bothered me about Jeremy, to be honest, my husband, but it just didn't matter because I loved him. I think like those little things come up when you're like just not vibing with the person anyway. So you say that other shit.
Yeah.
But
There's
this
usually,
girl, 8 months and talking every day, like you also deserve to be deeper with someone. Like, where were you physically that you didn't see signs of this? Like
it is interesting, but yeah, I don't know. That is tough to. That's a long time to do that. So that's pretty nuts if you ask me. But to be blind, to not know, it's not like the 1950s where you could have like two different families.
Yeah, are you
We
fucking
got the
kidding
internet.
me? I'm even a little bit creepy. This is embarrassing
But
to
I wonder
admit.
if they were like official or whatever. You know what I mean? If they became like a thing where they're like, this is. I wonder if she called her boyfriend. You know what I mean? I wonder. Did it mention that?
No, but 8 months.
I know 8 months is crazy.
That's crazy.
8 months of talking every day, and like with the internet,
I know, you know what though? I know people that literally casually date for years. Like I know people that they literally are self-described as a situationship where they both fuck around with other people. They have been a situationship for 2 years, but they are with each other all of the time. I love these people to death. They're close friends of mine, but they're just like, so it's, I don't, it's just, but they also like, they know that the other people see each other, but they also like keep it from each other, if that makes any sense. Does that make sense at all?
because that seems almost more normal to me than
Yeah, yeah.
polyamory. Just because like
I don't want to
just
see it.
natural jealousy and like normal human emotion, unless you're so well
I don't know if
adjusted.
I want to see it all that much. Yeah,
I don't want to see. That's what I meant about like my husband with a girl. I don't want to see. Are you not human, or you were just either that, or you were just too loved as a child, and you have like a loving family that you can fall back on? I don't have that. Like, by the way, love you to my brother. I do have good family. I should stop saying that. I have good family, but it strikes me that you must be so either very unstable
We're getting. I think we get a guest. Next guest.
Yes.
I'm gonna get a poly. I got a poly comedian. She's perfect for this. Good
That's gonna
friend.
be great, yeah.
And she lives in like an hour and a half away.
I don't
so-
want her to feel judged. Do I know her?
Yeah,
Okay.
for sure.
Okay. Cool. Yeah. Then
Yeah, she's.
then she'll know that I'm not.
Of course.
But
yeah,
I want
she
to
knows
ask
who you
questions.
are. Oh yeah. Well, I would love. One, I haven't seen her in forever. It'd be perfect. I'm telling you, it'd be great. Next time she's in Houston, we're doing
And
it.
for real, so people with questions, whatever, want to get bad advice, want to giggle, want us to make fun of them, and then apologize for it after. Call us 832-744-9492. Leave us a voicemail. Send us a message on Instagram.
And kill yourself.
And kill yourself. Also,
Oh.
if you're poly, like
Would
you
love
could
to
just
hear from
yeah,
you.
you
Yeah,
could just
yeah.
call in and tell us that we're
Or
dumb.
E&M. You know, I know we do have some E&M listeners, and I think that's great. And so, you know, give us a call. Let us know what you think. This situation, I think. All right, let's just break it down real quick. You say yours. I say mine. We'll just do you tell or do you not tell? I think you do. You got to.
If you are concerned that this girl doesn't know, yes, tell her. If it doesn't serve you though, and you just want to be done with all of it,
Just walk away.
Just walk away. But yeah, if you feel like you should tell her, sure, why not? Be nice about it. Don't be aggressive towards her. She didn't do anything wrong. He did.
Tell her to lay off your man.
Don't do that. Yeah, girl
Fist
power.
fight.
Tell
fight,
her.
Fist fight.
Can I offer a third?
Yeah,
No.
please.
So
No, Ben.
what if she said, look, don't talk to me ever again or I'll blow up your shit. So basically she gets to confront him and she gets to kind of like put him in his place, and it kind of takes the burden off of her because she shouldn't have to do anything, right? So that's the
Yeah, I
third
think
option.
I think she should. I'm hoping that she confronted this guy already. But you know what
See,
I mean?
even that,
I'm
like,
hoping that she did that. So
this is with the fighting too. I think you're giving people too much, or like the people that troll me that you're like, people hate. Who cares? Don't give him the time. He will think more about you and care more if you are just like block him, don't call, don't text. He can live with the wondering. You don't have to. You telling a shitty person that they're shitty, unless it really makes you feel better and you have to do it. But for the most part,
they know.
they know, and leaving them to wonder and living your best life. That whole cheesy thing of like success is the best revenge, whatever, is so true. Just go be hot, be fun, live
Get
your
a
life.
hotter boyfriend and
Yes.
parade it in front of him.
No, don't even, just live your life. I don't think you need to do anything. Don't confront him. You might have a big speech, but you're wasting your breath on him, and you're wasting your fists on some loser who is being rude at the bar. Just like, these people aren't
Or you're
worth,
teaching them a lesson
these
and
people
making the
aren't
world a
worth
better
it.
place.
The only person that's worth it is potentially this girl who's also being somewhat victimized in this relationship.
You guys should
potentially.
date each other.
You could tell her, or there's no moral obligation for you to tell her. But if you feel like she deserves to know and you want to, go ahead or walk away. But don't deal with him anymore. Be done with him. Bye. Done.
Later, loser.
That's legit.
All right, let's do it. Man, this is a long episode. Holy cow. It was good, though. Went quick, but it was pretty good.
Got really into the poly stuff.
Yeah. What do we got coming up? What do you got, Jamie?
Just showcases in Houston. So follow me at the Jamie Rowan, TheJamieRown, and doing a spot on your special taping.
Ooh, get tickets to that, losers. December 8th and 9th. This weekend, I will be with Sean Patton at the Creek in the Cave in Austin, Texas. After that, I will be in Austin and Dallas the following weekend with Rory Scovel. Please come and say hi. Mention the podcast, and tell me that you like me and things like that. And then, and I'm shooting the special December 8th and 9th. I've only got, so Saturdays, there's only about 15 tickets between the two shows left. So please, perfect. And then Friday, please get tickets to that because those are a little slower. But get tickets, please. They're all going to sell out, and it's stressing me out. So get them now. AndrewYoungblood.com or thesecretgrouphtx.com. I love you guys. Follow me at NoYoungblood.
At the Mess Hall Pod.
And at the Jamie Rowan. Thank you and good night.
Bye.